Hello everyone. Good morning, and want to welcome you to Nkumba University. The only university with a difference. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, friends. Good morning, parents, those who are joining us online. Good morning, staff members and friends of Nkumba. I'm very sure that we also have some alumni present online. We want to welcome you to this engagement this morning, where we feel very much privileged, one, to share a word or two to prospective students, but also be able to concretize and explain more concepts about Nkumba University for everyone out there. So once again, we want to welcome you and wish you the best. The program is about to start. And before we do start, we want to hold on for about 10 minutes for some other members to come and join us so that we can move all at the same pace. So a few house rules to consider this morning. We very well know that each and everyone has a microphone and video by themselves. So for purposes of not interrupting our meeting and for purposes of the rest of the members online on call, to be able to listen in very carefully and attentively, we request that one, not activate your microphone unless you've been requested to do so at some point. Two, please keep your video in a shut mode. Not turn on your video unless you've been requested to do so. Using your video will very well go ahead in streaming the same video that will consume quite a lot of data for your colleagues who are online. For any questions or any comments or any queries, feel free to use the chat room and type your question. One of the moderators around will be able to pick out these questions and they shall all be addressed as they come in through the chat room. So once again, members present, I want to welcome you to this Nkumba University Career Expo 2021, one of the many series of expos that we shall be having. And I want to say, Karibu and Asante sana. Thank you. Please mind your microphone, mind your videos. If you're not using your video, neither using your microphone, please don't switch them on for the benefit of the others in the room. We've seen a number of comments coming through in the chat room. Please keep them coming through. That is the way to go and be able to hear and communicate with each other using the same means. Deans on call, allow me to welcome some of our members of staff. We have Professor Andrew Peter Ziga, our academic registrar. Professor, you're very much welcome to this expo. I also want to welcome Dean, School of Art and Industrial Design, Mr. Kagwa Charles, you're very much welcome. I want to welcome the Dean, School of Business and IT, Dr. John Yamukama, you're very much welcome. I want to welcome Madame Amelia Nabukonde, you're so much welcome as well. We have a number of members of staff. I'll be mentioning their names as we go through. I'm putting the list down and I'll be coming back online to be able to mention some of these dignitaries that are present with us this morning. President Alumni, Mr. Ssonko Jackson, you're very much welcome. And we're happy to have you on call to be with us on this very important occasion of appreciating and allowing the prospective members of Nkumba University to be on call and ask whatever they feel they need to know. Charles Kagwa, yes, you're very much welcome once again. I also want to welcome our Vice Chancellor, Professor George Thaddeus Lubega. We want to welcome you as well. And we are very much eager to hear from you, to hear your voice, your words of encouragement, because we know that this has not been able to, wouldn't have been able to take place without your support. So I want to welcome you, each and everyone on call for this very important occasion. Thank you very much. Please keep coming. In the meantime, we are going to be sharing a number of videos, information videos, for you to be able to see what happens within Nkumba, and also a few steps on certain activities and procedures to follow when you are within Nkumba University. Once again, thank you very much. We wish you the best, and we are here for you for anything that you may want. Thank you. Well, as we try to wait for this to come through, for the other members to come and join us, we have a brief of our program. Brief of our program will start with the anthems, as we know. We shall have opening remarks by Professor Jude, Vice Chancellor. And then we shall have Ms. Anita Malinga taking us through what next after Senior 4 and Senior 6. We shall have opportunities at Nkumba. Why do you want to choose Nkumba among all your universities? To have someone in place for us to be able to take us through why Nkumba and not any other university. Studying at Nkumba is very interesting. You know, we are within the pandemic period. The beauty is that Nkumba has never stopped learning, given the circumstances we are going through. So have someone, one of the two people, that will take us through that session. We shall have a Q&A session. Plus, we shall have closing remarks by our academic registrar, and departure will be at leisure. So, ladies and gentlemen, friends of Nkumba, this is the brief program that we shall be having. Should we have any changes, we shall have them communicated within the due time. Thank you very much, and continue listening.
Nkumba University, a regional beacon of both academic and professional excellence located along the northern shores of Lake Victoria. We are a private chartered university offering programs at diploma, bachelor's, postgraduate, master's degree, and PhD level. Using the latest online learning technologies, we offer an enriched learning experience that blends both face-to-face and virtual learning. Join us to acquire modern skills from a highly experienced team of experts in the fields of business administration, IT, law, art and design, social sciences, basic sciences, and education. Admissions are now open. Apply today. For more information, visit our website at nkumbauniversity.ac.ug or call the numbers on your screen. Nkumba University, I owe you.
Okay, good morning once again, members on call. Thank you for being very, very patient. We now want to start off our program, and we shall start with the anthems. We shall have two anthems. We shall have the national anthem and the university anthem. So currently, let's start with the national anthem. Just get ready after the anthems, we shall have the prayer, and then we'll proceed as planned. Now that we are done with the national anthem, we are going to have the university anthem. Thank you very much, members. We will have ourselves and we pray. Loving Heavenly Father, we come to you this morning at this hour, asking for your blessing to help us as we are gathered together on this online meeting. We pray for guidance in the matters at hand, especially matters regarding our education, and ask that you would clearly show us how to conduct our learning, our work with joy and enthusiasm. Give us the desire to find ways to excel in our work, in our education, in our learning. Help us to work together and encourage each other towards excellence. We ask that we would challenge each other to reach higher and further to be the best in what we can be. We ask this trusting in the name of the Almighty God. Amen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you once again to this Nkumba University Career Expo 2021. And I want to start off our program as it was displayed earlier on. So we are going to have our next speaker, who is going to be right onto the screen. Once again, before he comes on board, I want to remind you, let's keep our microphones shut. Video should be off, and let's give each other the best that we can afford within this online meeting. For any queries on the questions, please post them into the chat room. The moderator will be able to pick them out of the chat room, and they will all be addressed. Thank you very much. Over to the next person.
Good morning to all our participants on the call, to all our prospective students, our staff on call, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me a pleasure to welcome you to Nkumba University during this Career Expo 2021. This expo was organized to try to bridge a gap where prospective students from senior 6, senior 4 feel they have a gap on what they want to do next in terms of their higher education. We feel for you, and this is why in Nkumba University we decided to try to bridge the gap and try to tell you more on what you can do after senior 4 and senior 6. So you are very welcome to listen in until the end. Get as much information as possible. It is the time for you to make a decision on what you want to be in the future, on what program you need to follow in order to achieve what you want to achieve in the future. It's not something so easy for you to decide irrespective of whatever points you made. Here we are as Nkumba University, trying to give support to you as a student, as a parent, in order to make that right decision that you will not regret in the future. We have on call experts from all schools of the university who are willing to provide all the information they need to guide you on your journey, which is about to start. Please ask as many questions as possible so that you can benefit out of this Career Expo 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, I know we have already lost time. We are waiting for other prospective students to join. But if there is any prospective student on call now, you would not want your colleague to miss out on this very important session of their career. So if you can try to reach out to them and tell them they are really, really missing out. It's not easy to find such an opportunity for one to tell you about what you want to do, but here you are, you have the opportunity. Why not take it? So once again, I welcome all of you, and I wish you all the best. I will also remain online until the end to see what questions we can be able to answer, and the rest of my team, so that we can give you the best of the Career Expo 2021. The first one that has been held, I think, in the country as a Career Expo. I wish you all the best, and good luck to you all. I thank you for listening to me. I would want to invite our next person who is going to be telling us something very interesting after your senior 4 and senior 6. What is that next thing you need to do? So at this point, I would want to request Miss Malinga to unmute and also put on his video, so that we can be able to listen from her. Over to you, Miss Malinga. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the Vice Chancellor, Nkumba University, alongside all the staff members, parents, guardians, students who are on board. I just want to know from the sound person whether I am loud and clear, so that I proceed with my presentation. Good morning. Am I clear?
Yes, you are loud and clear.
Okay, I'm just going to share my presentation in a few minutes. There it is. Can everybody see the screen sharing?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Anita Malinga. I am a proud alumni of Nkumba University. I did my master's and bachelor's from Nkumba University. And my current profession is in administration and management. And other things I do outside my profession: I'm an educator, a career counselor, a writer, and entrepreneur. And so I just want to take this opportunity to welcome each and everybody who is on this call, especially our senior 4 and senior 6 vacists, who are at a stage of making their next decisions on which courses or which subject combinations they are going to do to lead them onto their future careers. And so I pray, it's my prayer, that they benefit from this session, and all of us on call benefit from this session. I would like to start off by congratulating them. This group of students, the senior 4 and senior 6s did their final exams at a point where the country and the world at large were undergoing a pandemic. It was a crisis. They were the first of the kind to really roll out on online studies against all odds. They went through the challenges, but when the results were released, there was a lot of good news. An analysis of the overall candidates' performance in the 2020 examinations showed that a very high percentage of candidates performed well compared to those who sat their exams in 2019. And I think that deserves a congratulations to them. For those who sat their senior 4, 39,000, almost 40,000 passed in Division 1 compared to 27,000 who got Division 1 in 2019. And so despite and against all odds, this group of students was able to perform exceptionally well. Those who sat their senior 6s, 69%, almost 70% got 2 principal passes that qualify them for university admissions, which is 2,290 more than those who sat in 2019. And so there we also see an exceptional performance in those who sat their senior 6 in 2020. Then 89.3% of those obtained principal one and two obtained one principal pass and two subsidiaries that qualify them for admission to university and other tertiary institutions. And so for myself to all the students on call, all the vacists, I want to say congratulations. And my small gift to you is one of the books that I've written called The Campus Challenge, How to Survive and Excel at the University. It can be read by those who are in secondary, high school, those who are making decisions onto their next stage of their career. So it's good for the senior 4, it's good for the senior 6s. And so it's a free gift. Those who are interested should just send me a WhatsApp, and then we find ways of delivering to you the book. It's very, very enriching. It has helped many students, and I'm sure without a doubt that it will help you too. So let's start off by defining what is this thing called career. Why are you in this career session, in this career expo? What is it about career that you need to know as a student who is making a decision on which career you'd want to do in future? Now, a career is an occupation, it's a profession, it's a job, a business undertaken in a given field of knowledge. That is key. It's supposed to be in a given field of college for a significant period of a person's life, especially one with an opportunity for progress, promotion, or advancement. So one thing we need to know about career is that it's in a given field of knowledge, and that's why as a senior 4 student, you go ahead and choose a subject combination that is going to lead you into a given field of knowledge at the university. And yet when you go into that given field of knowledge at the university, it's for purposes of spending a significant period of your life in future that's after you've left the university. You plug into the different job, the different profession, and you wake up each morning going to that very career. And that's why it's very important that at this point you make the right decision, of course, with a lot of guidance and research you've done on your part, because career is where we spend most of our life. In simple terms, a career is the job or profession that someone does for a long period of their life. Now, it could be in areas of the legal, in areas of medicine, engineering, accountancy, journalism. There are so many, the list goes on and on and on. I just mentioned a few. And so the career path you're going to take is just a particular course. There are particular courses of action or ways of achieving your career. The different things you do, and you realize the key word there is actions. When you're going onto your career path, there are some things you're going to have to do along the way. For example, you're going to make decisions, you're going to go to class, study, which course, which subject combination. All these small actions are leading you to your future career. So what next after senior 4 and after senior 6? First of all, we've congratulated you, yes, and the second thing that happens is that you need to accept your performance. When the senior 4 and senior 6 results came out, many were excited, others were discouraged, others were confused, and the question that lingered in many of their minds were, what next after senior 4? Where do I go? What can I do with these results? Where do they take me to? And I'm sure the deans and heads of colleges of Nkumba University in a while are going to delve deep into it. But there's one thing I wanted to make very clear, that the choices and decisions that you make at this stage of your life, after senior 4 and after senior 6, will define your post-secondary career path and career goal. And so if you don't want to regret the kind of career you end up in future, then you're going to give thought to the decisions you're going to make now. Don't take it for granted. Don't leave it to your parents or guardians to make the decision for you. You need to participate in the process so that you own your decision 5-10 years from now when you're plugged into the career that you're going to be in. And so first and foremost, you're going to have to make a decision on what career path you want to take, on what career goal you need to achieve. whether you're at senior 4 or senior 6. The earlier, the better. If you're at senior 4, you have higher advantages because you're yet to choose a subject combination that is going to lead you into your next, into your university course and then into your career. And so you are at an earlier point of your life. If you're in senior 6, not all hope is lost. You can still use the results you've gotten to make the next decision towards your career. So you're going to start with decision making. Now, when you're at senior 4, you're going to, of course, decide on the subject combination. The subject combination, just consider the subject combination or the course you're going to do as one of the taxis you're going to jump onto to take you onto the path to your future career. And that's what this diagram is trying to show, that you're going to take time off to think as you make your decisions or as you make your choices. You're going to first think, do I want to become an engineer, a medical doctor, a lawyer, a social scientist, a teacher? Whatever decision you make now at your senior 4 or senior 6, in your senior 4 and senior 6 holiday, is going to lead you onto your next decision. Now, if you're in senior 4, if you've completed your senior 4, if you decide to be a teacher, you're going to take on the arts combination. The combinations are so many. If you make up your mind and say you want to become an engineer, you're going to choose the PCM, anything to do with physics and math. If you choose to become a doctor, you're going to choose anything to do with biology and chemistry. And so you're at a point in your life at senior 4 where you choose a combination that is going to take you to your future university course or your tertiary course. If you're in senior 6 and your combination, the combination you did at senior 6 is going to lead you to your bachelor's course. And so the results you've gotten right now, you should use them to make a decision on whether to go for a diploma, whether to go for a bachelor's, whether to do a certificate, whatever the case may be. And so you use those results. For example, if you didn't do well your senior 6, there's provision for the higher education certificate. If you got subsidiaries and all that, and you didn't get principal passes but got subsidiaries, you don't have to repeat senior 6. You can do the higher education certificate for 1 year that can lead you into your bachelor's or your diploma course. So you make the decision, you jump onto a subject combination or a course at the university, and this will lead you to your future career where you're going to spend most of a significant time of your life. This is the explanation here. So you need to know where you want to go so that you jump onto the right taxi, you jump onto the right bus to take you to your future career. Now, if you don't know where you're heading, if you don't make the right decision, it's like entering the wrong taxi. You imagine you're going to Entebbe and you enter a taxi going to Mbarara. You know what happens. At the end of the day, you'll either jump out in the middle of nowhere or you'll end up in the wrong destination. And yes, even if your parents help you to make the decision, they should not dictate. Parents do not force students on career paths that they are not willing to take. It only leads to frustration. And so, dear students, as you make this decision, take time to think, jump onto the right taxi, know where you're going, and at the end of the day, it will lead you to your future career. We have different professions represented in that picture: the engineers, the chefs, the business people, the lawyers, the doctors, and so on and so forth. It's not as easy as I make it sound, because thinking is not easy, especially for our young people these days. And so after senior 4, after senior 6, this is what I'm emphasizing. 1, you need to think. You need to think. As I said, our young people these days don't take time off to really do some good thinking. They're ever on their gadgets, they're ever on their phones, they're ever on their iPhones and everything, every gadget around them. But time has to come and you put away these gadgets, go into a place where you can think about your future career. Which job do you want to do? Which business do you want to do? Make a self-assessment of your strengths and weaknesses. Make sure the next decision you make of your subject combination or of your course plays to your interests, plays to your abilities. For example, if you're If you're passionate about business, you'll find yourself falling towards economics, towards entrepreneurship. If you're passionate about engineering, you're a handy person, you want to fix things here and there and they come easily without any hassle. You want to plug into physics and chemistry and so on, physics, mathematics, and so on and so forth. Research your options. Now, I'll talk about some of this research you have to do at the different stages. So you've done an assessment, you know that you're good in a particular area, you know it doesn't give you a hard time. Do some more research in the area, because you might find there are some things you need to learn along the way, and there are some things you have to unlearn along the way to help you make the right decision. But also seek guidance, seek career guidance, seek guidance from your parents, seek guidance from your former teachers and your former head teachers. They have seen you grow. They have seen you deal with these subjects. They know what comes easy for you. They have an idea. And so you want to ask them so that you orient yourself and get to know yourself better. Ask your friends, ask your siblings, seek guidance. Then you decide on a combination, or you decide on a university course. After you've done your research, you've sought guidance, you make the decision. Not mommy, not daddy, not uncle, not sister. You make the decision. If you're at a point where you're not sure whether this is the right decision I'm going to make, give yourself time. Go think, contemplate about what you want to do, and then you make the decision after gathering all this information. Now, after senior, for some of the research that as a student you must do is to look at the different subject menus, and there are very many, the combinations are very many, and see what kind of combination you want to do that will lead you into your desired university course. So look at the subject menu, look at the different subject combinations, identify the subjects you enjoy most and score better in after senior 4. Then those are the ones you want to pull out. Determine what you enjoy doing in personal life and the activities and how it relates to the subjects you've chosen. Research about the university or tertiary programs relating to the subjects chosen. For example, if you've chosen to do history, you've chosen to do entrepreneurship, you've chosen to do geography, you want to find time and say, which courses at the university bring out the element of history, bring out the element of geography? What can I do with these subjects at the university? Which careers do they lead to? Okay, look at the resources available to enable you accomplish the study combination and study periods appropriately, okay, as you plug into your A level. Now, after senior 6, you want to find out the different universities that are around. Uganda right now boasts of having over 53 universities. It has 11 public universities and around more than 40 private universities, though a few are chartered, and Nkumba University is one of the chartered universities in Uganda. There are very few chartered universities. I think they are around 8, and chartered means you've really been approved by the government, by the president, to run a university, and you've met all the necessary requirements. So Nkumba University is definitely one of the best choices you can make as a senior 6 vacist or as a senior 4 student who will one day join university. Do your research and consider joining Nkumba University. We are products from Nkumba University. I have never been proud of, I've never been more proud of being a student of Nkumba University. So I am so proud I am an alumni. Do your research about the different entry schemes, about the different admission requirements, about the different university courses, where they lead you to, and about the different university financing options. Now, as I conclude, there are just 7 things I need you to know about choosing careers. One is that you need to know what career you want to do. If you don't know, then you pray about it, take time off to find out, think, do self-assessment as we shared earlier. Second, careers are built based on strength, not weakness. Your subjects or courses should be selected on the basis of your personal strength, things you enjoy to do. Third, your first post-secondary course or first university degree many times will determine your future career, so choose wisely. Fourth, it takes time to build a career. You need to have a vision and a career goal, something you're aiming at, and plan wisely on how you're going to get there. So you need to be patient with yourself. 5, some careers will need you to have a master's or professional course as an added advantage. So as a senior 6 student, senior 6 VAC is making that decision, know that the course you're doing may need you to add on, not just stop at the bachelor's or a diploma level. Seek career guidance, and careers need finances to build them, so don't be wasteful, and try your best to look out for scholarships, bursaries, and sponsorship opportunities. And if Nkumba has any, they'll be able to share. My final remarks is get yourself a copy of this book. It will help you. Second, the choices and decisions you make at this stage will define your post-secondary goal and career path. Third, always find time to pray and think about your career. Be focused, be dedicated, be determined and disciplined in your studies. Always remember where you come from, even as you join the university. Those joining the university, you need to use your freedom responsibly. Freedom is like electricity. You use it well, you can cook yourself a good meal. You use it badly, it will burn you, or it will shock you. Now, while at the university, learn new skills even as you pursue your career. Always evaluate the kinds of friends around you, and when you fall, when you make those bad mistakes, when you feel you're at a point where you can't move any further, remember to get back up and keep moving. Okay, thank you for listening. God bless you. That's my presentation. Thank you very much. I remain Anita Malinga. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Anita. Questions are coming through in the chat room, and we'll keep relaying them to you. Next on call, we have the Dean, School of Business, and that is Dr. John Biamokama. Dr. John will have about 10 minutes for your presentation, and then we'll move on to the next person. Dr. John, over to you.
Thank you, Program Director. I don't know that you can hear me. Hello? Program Director, am I audible?
Yes, you are. We can hear you, Mr.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Program Director. Thank you, colleagues. Thank you, Vice Chancellor, for your opening remarks. Thank you to our speaker, who also happens to be one of the alumni of the School of Business Administration. I take this opportunity to welcome our vacists, Senior 4 and Senior 6, and also to congratulate you upon completion of these important milestones in your life. I also want to congratulate you for taking up the courage, taking time off your daily activities to gather information so that you can make very informed decisions. Now, before I start to take you through the kind of programs that we have in the School of Business Administration and Information Technology, I think it would be necessary for us to perhaps look into the kind of education that we need for a desired career path in Uganda. You need the kind of education that equips you with a combination of skills. The combination of skills that will enable you to be relevant now and also in the future. So they usually say that the value of your degree these days equates more to your practical knowledge, the hard and soft skills, and how you are able to utilize them within the work environment. That being said, the kind of skills that you need to begin with, you will need cognitive skills. These cognitive skills include aspects of critical thinking, aspects of problem-solving abilities, numeracy, that help you to adapt to the ever-changing environment, being able to learn from your experiences and making the necessary adjustment. You also need to tap into your social emotional development, your ability to navigate through interpersonal and social situations, adjusting effectively, knowing how to work within teams, having abilities of self-control, self-drive, most importantly, self-drive. The last aspect of the kind of education that you need should be able to give you technical and practical skills, acquired knowledge that you can utilize, that you are able to interact with the latest technologies in the direction that we are taking, the kind of value that you can put forward as a result of the knowledge learned. These are the kind of skills that you require in the kind of education or the education career path that you intend to take. And it is also evident, and as you have seen, that our future sometimes is currently even affected by the uncertainties of, say, COVID-19. We have seen how COVID-19 alone has really disrupted our lives. We are not even certain whether this will ever come to an end. But looking into the future, you need certain skills that are going to be helpful. And some of them, and as you have interacted with the website, you'll find that they are actually even enshrined in our mission statement, in our vision statement, in our values as Nkumba. And that's why I think that this is actually the right decision to first tap into this university, this career expo, and get information that helps you to choose the right kind of qualification, a decision that I think you are not likely to regret. You need human skills. The kind of human skills I'm talking about for the future jobs include creativity, they include originality and initiative, they include persuasion and negotiation, resilience, ability to be flexible, ability to reason, ability to solve complex problems. You need that kind of skills, those kinds of skills. You need also abilities of, abilities to be able to influence people in society, to have that edge on the kind of people you interact with, the kind of people that you work with. So those kind of skills, fortunately, when you look at the course combinations here at the School of Business Administration, you realize that when you actually work through all our programs, you find that these skills are actually given to our students who join, and they are usually received through the different subjects that we have on the different programs. So here at Nkumba, this time around, and I must say you're very fortunate, we are able to accommodate students who have completed their senior 6 and would like to find out what are the kind of qualifications that I can take on, the programs that I can take on. We are also able to accommodate our senior 4 students. As I think in the continuation of the program, there will be clarity on what are the entry requirements, but if I may just in just a second, highlight what are the entry requirements. For instance, for our degrees, you should be having like 5 passes at O level, or 2 principal passes at A level. At our diploma, we need to have 5 passes at O level, 1 pass, 1 principal pass at A level, and maybe 2 subsidiary passes. For those who find themselves not able to qualify for the diploma or the bachelor's, like the previous speaker said, you can always do a higher certificate, or you can even do some of these other national certificates that are examined by the Uganda Business and, excuse me, that are examined by the Uganda Business and Technical Examination Board. So you don't have to feel frustrated. Usually students at this time worry a lot about their performance and whether they will be admitted to certain programs in the different universities. There's just a lot of confusion. So to begin with, some of the programs, because I am not given really a lot of time, but I hope that the questions will come through and we shall have to clarify. We start with our program in business administration. When you look at the program in business administration, it is offered at both bachelor, diploma, and certificate level. And it has got specializations that you take on in the third year. But the Bachelor of Business Administration usually is the kind of program that enhances your theoretical and practical abilities to manage business, processes, resources in effective ways and in efficient ways. So it means that if you take this kind of program, you are likely to function in any type of organization, whether private, whether public, you are able to function, both locally and even internationally. The previous speaker spoke about a chartered university. That is a very important step for anyone who intends to study at a university and make a decision. You need to be certain, one, that the university is recognized. And Nkumba is one of the universities that has been around, that has been in this trade, that has seen so many students like you, you know, at the beginning of their university careers, trying to find out what I should do. And clearly from the previous speaker, we have all learned that actually she represents even many more graduates that have gone through Nkumba University that are making it out there. So that being said, it's important for you to make sure that the university is recognized. Secondly, it is also important for you, the program that you intend to take should be accredited. You don't have to waste 3 years of your time, you know, working through a program and suddenly at the end, you get to realize that actually the program was never even accredited. That can be a very serious problem at the end of the day. A waste of resources, your time, and you can name it. So our programs here that I am actually talking about have been tested, reviewed over time, and have had so many results. And as we keep on moving into the future, we've continued to adjust our programs to fit the kind of skills set that is needed in the work environment. So in our bachelors, your specializations will be in management, for instance, in marketing, in accounting, banking, insurance, and finance. I saw in the chat room one student asking about financial analyst. This student wants to do this kind of, take this career path as a financial analyst. And I think that we'll respond to that, but this is the kind of qualification that would also help you address that kind of career path that you need to take. The kind of career opportunities that you are likely to get out of this is, for instance, if you want to be an accountant, if you want to be a manager of any section of any business, if you want to specialize just in marketing, if you want to be an auditor, if you want to be a financial advisor, and most importantly, actually, if you even want to be an entrepreneur. If you look at the Ugandan work environment here, you realize that not much hope actually is available in formal jobs. I think the stats have probably been said, but if I just emphasize, of all the graduates from universities, probably over 100,000 or so, these people get out to compete for just 8,000 formal jobs. So you can already see that, in fact, entrepreneurship is even the way to go. The kind of qualification you do should usually even have that focus. While you're doing business administration, you should also be thinking about how can I use my entrepreneurship skills and make a living out of this. Sometimes students who have done business administration are not entrepreneurs themselves, or they don't even have maybe even the ability or the capital to start their own businesses. But with this kind of knowledge, you are able to come and breathe life into these kind of organizations, companies, SMMEs, and put in systems, run resources, manage resources, and make sure that the business improves and is able to achieve growth over time. So this kind of qualification enables you to have that kind of edge within the work environment. The other qualification that I would like to talk about is our bachelor's in business, information technology, computer science, networks, and system administration, information technology. This qualification is actually very important. It addresses the issues that we are faced with currently in terms of ICT, but we've also realized, as you have also gone through your secondary education, that there is a lot of growth in the ICT sector. Now, this kind of qualification, unfortunately, at Nkumba, we are also graced to have one of our vice chancellors who is actually a guru in this area. So the kind of career opportunities you are likely to have out of this is, for instance, information systems management. You can become an information security analyst, you can become a computer network architect, you can become a system analyst, you can become a programmer, you can even become an entrepreneur within these very same this career path, if I may use the word. So you realize that this kind of program also helps you to adapt to our current needs, but also to the future needs of this country. We have our Bachelor in Human Resource Management, which would enable you to learn how to manage people effectively, to manage resources, to manage systems, and the kind of career opportunities you get out of here is, for instance, being an HR manager. You can participate in training and development. You can just become an HR consultant and you deal with HR-related activities. You can become an employee relations manager, an HR administrator, you can name it. I continue to look at the bachelors in procurement, for instance, a Bachelor of Procurement and Logistics, clearing and forwarding, if you intend to immerse yourself in trying to operationalize and maybe satisfy organizational activities in terms of supply and value chains. This is also the kind of qualification that will be helpful if you intend to take part in import and export. This is also the kind of qualification that will enable you to achieve the required skills, a Bachelor of Clearing and Forwarding Management. I move on to a Bachelor of Office Administration, Office Management and Secretarial Studies. In every office, in every organization, there needs to be support staff that help you to effect systems, to effect processes, to help you run things smoothly. The absence of this kind of persons with the kind of skill set is a very serious problem that is likely to affect the success of in your organization. So we also have this kind of this qualification that would enable our students to become trained secretaries, executive assistants, administration assistants, office managers, and personal assistants. I think with the time left, allow me our vacists to just touch on the programs that we have in terms of our national certificates for senior 4 leavers. It's not only the senior 6 leavers who can access university. Like I said, Nkumba University is just one of the universities that is also lucky to have this license. And it has programs that would give you an edge to be able to skill yourself and already become relevant within the work environment, but also enable you to progress further into the other programs that we have that are offered within the school. And so these national certificates are in accounting, for instance, are in business administration, human resource management, clearing and forwarding management, computer maintenance and repair, procurement and logistics management, information and communication management. We also have a national certificate in library and information science. We have also a certificate in records and information management. So, you know, this kind of skills set that we have through these qualifications is basically there for you. It's important for you to interact with us to see exactly which one would be most appropriate, what's the subject combination for these qualifications. We can always even access our prospectus for the school so that you are able to see what kind of programs are there. If you need advice from the school on what you need to get onto these programs, we are always willing, we are at your service. But most importantly, as I end my very short presentation, I hope I'm still within the time limit, is that it is one thing to get to university, but it is also going to be another thing not to forget why you go to university. 1, 2, it is also going to be important for you, given this opportunity and realizing where you come from and the struggles that you have been through, and the uncertainties that we have going forward, it is going to be important for you to totally immerse yourself in all the activities of the university, to utilize your peers in your programs, to have constructive friends, like our previous speaker said. Do not just get lost, in the crowd and have friends that have lost purpose. All these things are very important, very important. Our parents, we are very grateful. If you're on this platform, you are very important key stakeholders within the school, and we look forward to interacting with you. We look forward to sharing with you, if our vacists join us, the kind of mechanisms we can put in place to support them so that they complete their studies with us in the school. If there are challenges, you are very important stakeholders that we can usually approach to address this kind of issues. I thank you very much. I submit.
Thank you very much, Dean School of Business, and that is Dr. Byamukama John, for those encouraging words. As we wait for the comments and questions coming through in the chat room, we want to move on to the next person, and that is Dean School of Art and Industrial Design, Mr. Kagwa. Thank you. You have about 10 minutes. Thank you. Over to you. Is off. We can't hear you. Mr. Kagwa, we can't hear you. Microphone is off.
Okay, I think I'm audible right now. Yes, okay. Dear colleagues, yes, dear colleagues and parents and the students, I take this opportunity to welcome you to this important event. And I'll be brief. Now, at SIAD, we have several programs, but I'm not going to focus on the masters because I believe the prospective clients we have today, their interest is at the level of bachelor's, diploma, and certificate. So SIAD has 3 areas of specialization at bachelor's level, and that includes fashion and textile design, which is basically a clothing and accessory design area. Then we also have the graphic communication design, which is basically an advertising art and design. And then the commercial art, which actually relates more with what has been learned at the secondary school level, the traditional fine arts. But the only difference now is that this particular program deals with commercializing the fine arts. We also have diploma programs in the following areas. One is interior and landscape design, which basically deals with the built environment design. We also have the graphic digital design, which is also an advertising design, but focuses a lot on the use of the computer as the design tool. And then we also have the vocational art and design, which gives the learner an opportunity to develop their hand skills. We have an opportunity for students who have joined either from senior 4 or whose senior 6 qualifications fall short of the diploma and bachelor's entry requirements. So those are the programs. Now, for us to understand the prospective careers in art and design, it is important for everybody to have a brief understanding of what actually involves, or how do we understand art and design from our perspective. We have basically 2 areas. Art, which is basically an expression of or application of human creative skill and imagination. Those are the core features that an artist really carries, being creative and being imaginative. But the products we see that come out of artists come in different forms, sometimes in painting, in sculpture, and any other modeled or created works of art. We also have design. So, but in design, the focus of creating an object as furniture design, although it may have. Now, as we think about careers, do we have hope doing art as a profession, as an economic activities? And the answer is yes, because art is found in almost all aspects of our lives. Right from the homes or the houses that we occupy, where we go to work, where we go to be hospitalized, virtually everywhere. So art is found everywhere. Now, at SIAD, we do a lot of training in a number of areas, as I have mentioned. We do a lot of computer-aided art. We have a well-equipped art and design computer laboratory, which helps learners to develop their skills. However, we always emphasize that if your intention is to do art that will be supported by a computer as a tool, it is always even advisable that you procure yourself. It is your tool. So there is nothing to worry about after completion. Art these days has expanded beyond what we used to know. The use of the brush and the pencil and maybe modeling. Every tool that is developed by technology can actually be used to do art. Today, animation is a very interesting area. It is very attractive. Animation basically, which deals with images that have been created using art, but those images are given motion. So that kind of training is done at art. People who enjoy the computer as a tool a lot, there is a lot. Right now, when we start to network with the rest of the world, we can't avoid the use of the website. And whether you're doing it for business or otherwise, the attractiveness of your message works a lot. So artists come in handy to give the most beautiful way of presenting your message, your communication to a given audience. That training is done at art, at CIAD. I mentioned a while ago the program we have in the built environment design. We do a lot of interior design training. That image actually shows our students doing work at a site. In our training, we give our learners the opportunity to actually go and get exposure in the real world of work through internship programs. When you enroll as an artist, you are given the opportunity to discover yourself. As a matter of fact, many learners, after they have completed their formal training, either diploma or certificate of bachelor's program, they go out into the world of work. But because they have been trained to innovate, they have been trained to think critically, at the end of the day, they even branch into many other areas which are not necessarily taught at school. As I mentioned, since art is found in all aspects of our lives, our learners eventually branch into areas beyond what they learned at school. That is just an example. We have learners, graduates who have completed here, and they have branched into architecture, they have branched into furniture design, and many other areas. The program of interior and landscape design comprises that very aspect of landscape. And actually, in the final semester of these learners in the diploma program in interior and landscape design, they spend a lot of time doing work in the field. In other words, they get hands-on training. One of the most popular programs at CIAD right now is the fashion and textile design. By the way, take note that on almost every slide that I have indicated, that I have displayed for you here, there is a drawing to emphasize the importance of the skill of developing that creative ability and presenting it in a visual form. We do a lot of drawing. The drawing you have done at senior 6 and senior 4 level is not a waste. It helps you to develop your visualization of an idea. That is what really happens as well in all these other areas of art and design. So we have a lot of fashion and design activities going on. That is one of our studios here at SIAD, students doing their product development. Lastly, I mentioned that art here has about 3 components. The one that deals in fashion, as we have seen, the one that deals in communication design, and then the traditional arts, which we encounter, especially at secondary school level, but which we transform here into the commercial art. Now, commercial art ideally implies that you are doing a traditional art, but on a commission. Someone comes and says, I want you to do this kind of sculpture piece, or this sport, or this portrait. Now, that is commissioned work, which translates into a commercial art. In brief, that is the spectrum of the work that we do here in the School of Commercial, Industrial Art and Design. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dean, School of Art and Industrial Design. Allow me, members on call, now to invite the representative from School of Sciences, and that is Madame Amelia Nabukonde. Madame Amelia, the floor is yours. We have about 10 minutes to go through this. Comments and questions should be currently in the chat room. The monitoring and you are recording everything that is coming for response at some time. Thank you. Over to you, Madame Amelia.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. All protocols observed. Am I audible, Joseph? Members, am I clear?
Go ahead.
Okay, just as Joseph has indicated, my name is Amelia Nabukonde. I am the head of Department Natural Resources. I carry greetings from the Dean, School of Sciences, Dr. Barakajira Alex, who is unable to join us on this call. I'll briefly talk about School of Science before I share the career opportunities. First of all, I welcome you to School of Sciences at Nkumba University. School of Sciences is an excellent choice, especially if you want to attain your education and career in natural sciences, applied sciences, geosciences, agribusinesses, tourism operations, nursing, midwifery, and institutional catering. School of Sciences offers a friendly and very exciting academic environment in which the views, the values, ideas, and experiences of our students from all backgrounds and locations are shared. In School of Sciences, members, I would like to inform you that we offer very many courses of study that prepare our students to the real world. Whatever we teach our students is in line with the job descriptions out there. The School of Science has dedicated professionals who excel in connecting with the students and providing educational experience equal to that of any other university in the world. Students in the School of Sciences don't only get material in the classroom, but they also have very many opportunities for real world, especially in the application of students even when they are still at school. Members, I would like to inform you that the school provides opportunities for experimental learning, field visits, internships, which enable our students to put into practice what has been told. Our students also have an opportunity to study abroad through the exchange program that we have with various international universities. This has enabled our students to have an amazing international experience. So members out there, if you wish for an excellent education in an excellent environment, School of Sciences is for you. The courses that are offered in the School of Sciences fall under 3 departments. Among the departments include Department of Natural Resources, Department of Applied Sciences, Department of Hospitality. We have bachelor's degrees, we have certificate degrees, and we have diploma degrees. We also have masters and also PhDs, but for now we shall go for bachelor's, diploma courses, and also certificate courses. The bachelor's degrees that we have include, among others, bachelor's in public health, Bachelor of Science in agribusiness, Bachelor of Science in hotel management, Bachelor of Science in environment management, Bachelor of Science in tourism, Bachelor of Science in petroleum and mineral geoscience, Bachelor of Science in wildlife and forestry resources management. To qualify for a bachelor's program, one should have obtained at least 2 principal passes at A level, or one should have passed at the diploma level. And for the diploma courses that we have, they include diploma in tourism operations, diploma in hotel management, and diploma in agribusiness. To qualify for a diploma course, one should have obtained at least 1 principal pass. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to also inform you that we have advanced certificate in hotel and tourism operations. For one to be able to do this course, they should have at least gotten some subsidiary passes. The School of Science also does the Uganda Business and Technical Examinations Board. And we have some programs that have been prepared in this line. Such programs include the National Certificate in Hotel and Institutional Catering, National Certificate in Tourism and Hospitality, and National Certificate in Electronics and Technology. We also house, the School of Science also houses the Institute of Nursing and Midwifery. Under this institute, we have certificate in nursing and certificate in midwifery. To qualify to study the above 2 courses, you should at least have obtained credits in all science subjects, including mathematics and English. There are various opportunities out there for our students after they have studied. The Petroleum and Mineral Geoscience course will prepare our students to work in all sectors of petroleum and minerals exploration, drilling and mining companies, oil and gas industry. Well, you know, these students can also work as well engineers. The students can also work as hydrologists. They can be geoscientists, energy engineers, drilling engineers, name it. Environment and natural sciences prepares our students to work in various sectors, including, among others, the National Forestry Authority, National Environment Management Authority, Uganda Wildlife Authority. They could be researchers, conservationists. They could work in international organizations with UNEP, USA, the UN, and they can work as nature conservation officers, recycling officers, waste management officers, foresters, environment protection specialists, environment educationists, name it. We also have the course of institutional catering members. For us to train our students in institutional catering, we are preparing them to come up with their own businesses. For instance, when you learn how to bake, you can be a baker in your own company, or you can be employed in someone's company. You can work as a front office at the front office. You can work as a rooms operations manager. You can work as a marketing manager. Food and beverage establishment, you could establish that for yourself. You could also work as a catering coordinator, a restaurant manager. You could be a barista. You could be a chef. And of course, there is a lot of creativity that we train our students in this field. So there are still lots of things that we learn. Under the tourism and operations course, our students are prepared to have travel agencies. You could come set up your own travel agency. You could be a tour operations manager, or you come up with your own tour operation company. You could do natural and cultural attraction sites. You could work as a tour guide. You could develop. You could be interested in development of specialized eco and community tourism facilities. Name them. The public health course is also very important in our school, and in this course, we prepare students to work as health educators, epidemiologists. They work as healthcare consultants. They work as infectious disease specialists. They work as reproductive health specialists, occupational health specialists, food service sanitarians, and also they work as health inspectors, disaster preparedness coordinators, and of course they could work under the Ministry of Health or the World Health Organization or any other NGO, international or local. I'll go ahead and also talk about the nursing and midwifery courses that prepare our students to work in government or regional hospitals, private hospitals, or armed forces. They could work as one could work as a director of nursing, a nursing consultant. They could be, they could do family planning. They could also work as healthcare assistants. You could be the head of the midwifery, consultant midwife, director of maternity service. Name them. The list is really endless. Members, with wildlife and forest resources management, there are career opportunities in Uganda Wildlife Authority, in Uganda Wildlife, Uganda Wildlife Education Center, National Forest Authority, and also you could work as a park ranger, wildlife researcher. You could be a wildlife economist. You could be a wildlife educator, wildlife inspector, wildlife policy analyst. And then you could be a wildlife consultant, a forester, wildlife firefighter, etc., etc. The list is just so endless. Members, you will have to pardon me because I'm trying to be so fast, so I beat time. Of course, agribusiness course. Agribusiness course also prepares our students to work as agribusiness officer assistants, agribusiness food managers, market analysts, farm managers, crop producers, agriculture analysts, agribusiness officer assistants, agronomists, agriculture policy specialists, agriculture accountants, etc., etc. In School of Sciences, mainly, especially the Institute of Nursing Sciences are a very important requirement for you to be admitted into the school to do that course. At least you should have done and passed sciences so well. We also have petroleum courses, wildlife courses, environment. We also look at the science subjects. Members, I'll leave you with some words of Malcolm. Malcolm says education is the passport for the future. For tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Members, vacists, senior 6 and senior 4 leavers, this is the time for you to prepare. Please, we welcome you to Nkumba University School of Sciences. Thank you for listening to me. Over to you, Joseph.
Thank you very much, Anita Malinga from School of Sciences. Can we now have a talk and words of encouragement from the Dean School of Law? That is Professor Francis Wayne. Professor, the floor is yours.
Thanks so much. Good morning, colleagues and our audience. The School of Law is one of the oldest institutions at the university, having almost started with the chartering of the university. It was started in 2005, and it was accredited as a law school by the Law Council and the National Council of Higher Education in 2006, and has since then been soldiering on very well. First and foremost, I want to tell the audience to know that law is a profession. See, you can study so many things, but I'm talking of a profession. And what does a profession mean? A profession means a specialized area which is partly academic and partly practical. People who get the academic qualifications must also train on the practical aspect. Whereas in other subjects, you can do your first degree and go and work. Whereas with a profession, you have to go and train also to put what you studied into action. The profession began with religion, what you call the clergy. Time immemorial, the people in the region were the doctors, were at the same time the doctors and the lawyers. And for example, the lawyers used to be called the conscience of the king or the ruler, and the doctors used to cater for their health. And but as time went on, other professions have emerged, like the Navy, the Army, engineering, architects, I think even teachers, and call it what. But being one of the oldest professions, law is something, is one of the most popular professions in the world, not only in Uganda. So when we are talking of law, somebody must know that it's a very serious area where one has to study and master the subjects, and also know that to work in such a field, you must be governed by what you call ethics. Some other professions, some other trainings may not bother about ethics, but these professions like medicine, law, and the clergy and others, there are certain ethical conducts or requirements you must fulfill. Now, how do you get into law, especially School of Law? School of Law currently teaches or offers a Bachelor of Laws degree, and also has got its sister there, which offers a Bachelor of Criminal Justice and a Diploma in Criminal Justice. And we are in the process also of offering a diploma in law. And soon we shall also be offering Master of Laws. But those are in the near future. So how do you get into a Bachelor of Laws course? Bachelor of Laws, formally, Bachelor to study law, you have to have some of the highest marks in exam, on A-level, or whatever you call it. But liberalization has reduced that requirement. For example, the first students who went to universities like Dar es Salaam, Makerere, you had to be on top of the class, the first, the cream. But this now has reduced. You can still take other people, but there is a minimum. And the minimum, therefore, it cuts across all schools. You must have at least 2 principles, preferably in humanities. That is things like English, divine, religious knowledge. You have to history, geography, and things of that nature. Of course, today there are courses which have been offered. These include languages, Lunyachitara, Luganda, Kiswahili, French, and those others. We don't call those humanities. The humanities are the subjects which are associated with language and arts. So the minimum entry requirement is 2 principles. And these 2 principles may not necessarily have to be A, B, C, A, B. You could have 2 principles, 1B, 1C, 1D, provided when you add a credit in English and another credit in another subject like general paper, you get at least 10 points, then you qualify to be admitted. That is as far as the secondary school level is concerned. But you must also have credit in English, at least at O level. There must be credit. Without a credit in English, you don't qualify to go to the law school anywhere in Uganda, because you will get a problem when you are going to LDC. And currently, it is also acceptable that you can, instead of A level, you can do mature entrance. But the mature entrance in this respect must be mature entrance of Nkumba University. You don't get mature entrance from KIU or any other university and use it to enter Nkumba University. You must have done mature entrance of Nkumba University to be satisfied that you are really mature. Mature to do what? Mature to study a degree in law. Alternatively, you could have a diploma in law from the Law Development Center. Currently, the Law Development Center offers a diploma in law, and some other universities also offer a diploma in law. And soon, Nkumba Law School is also going to be offering a diploma in law. But for the purposes of your entrance, you cannot use that because we have not actually really started it, although we are in the process of starting it. But you can, if you came with a diploma in law from a school, call it what? Are you somewhere? You don't qualify. We don't recognize it to qualify you for LLB in Nkumba University. But neutrally, if the diploma is from LDC, we can accept. You don't have to have the principles, the 2 principles and so on. That diploma is enough, but it's not just a pass. The diploma must be either first class or second class, so that you are capable of understanding law. Alternative to all those 2, you could have a degree in arts. In fact, currently there is a debate that even a degree in medicine or in science, you qualify to be admitted for a Bachelor of Laws. But even then, you must have at least a diploma in English. It's a requirement. Now, I have had problems of students, of applicants, saying, for me, I've got a diploma I've got a credit or a principle, for that matter, principle in entrepreneurship, which my colleague has been talking about a while ago. I have one in Uganda. I have one in Islamic studies. I have one in all those. Currently, most of the schools don't accept those. It must be the humanities. And therefore, we try as much as possible to comply with that also. Now, when one qualifies, what does he or she become? Of course, there are some jealous people to the profession who sometimes say that lawyers are thieves, lawyers are what, because of jealousy to the profession. But the legal profession is a noble profession which everybody should aspire to. And when one qualifies as a lawyer with the law degree, he goes to the Law Development Center, or in Kampala, or Mbarara, Lira, Rura, Arua, Rwanda, Nairobi, Dar es Salaam, etc. And once you get a diploma in legal practice, then you can become an advocate. An advocate is a person who practices law in a private practice or with the organizations. And if you don't follow that in private practice, you become a magistrate or become a judicial officer. And the judicial officers include the magistrates, registrars, who normally become promoted to judges. But advocates can also be made judges without having to be a judicial officer first. Justices of the Court of Appeal, eventually Supreme Court justices, Chief Justice, Deputy Justice, and courts, all those big jobs. And some other jobs like IGG and so on normally call for people with law degrees. Then there are other fields which are open to people, to law graduates. Most members of parliament are law degree holders because of legislation and the knowledge required there. Immigration officers, human rights activists and agents, police, prisons, security agencies, bankers, call it what, all these people need lawyers. So the law degree is a very big opener, and law is a very good career. It is one should really aspire to go to, because you don't normally get stuck. And on international level, people are taken on in UN and human rights commissions and so on. So it is absolutely important. Currently, we have a blended way of teaching law. We teach online. Teaching is online. So if you want to be a law student, you must make sure you buy yourself or your parents buy you a laptop or a tablet. We don't seriously encourage smartphones because they are a bit of a problem. But if the worst come the worst and they have the smartest smartphone, maybe you can use that. Now that may be blended with physical teaching, because we have what we call moots. We do moots. These are to act like courts for practical purposes. And we have discussions also with the students, which we call seminars, which are physical. So I know the future, the new model is that teaching in future, teaching and learning might be exclusively e-learning, but for the time being, we still have to blend. And I think we as a legal profession, we shall continue to blend for some time, because
Professor,
is my time finished?
Professor, we have a few minutes to go.
3 minutes.
Thank you.
Very good. I think that's a lot of time. Therefore, besides these requirements, application for admission to the university should be online. But if the worst comes the worst, you can pick, I think, some forms. But the best is to go to the academic registrar's office or make inquiries and and you will be told what to do. I would like to show you, we have a prospectus for the school, where I think soon you could, if you want, you could pick a copy, but eventually it will also be online. And maybe I can share it. I can share it with you if you give me a minute. Yes. Okay, let me begin with a little bit of the history of the school. I want to show you how the law students' annual enrollment trends have been since the beginning of the university. You can see you can see, you look at the screen. This school has been one of the progressive schools. The numbers have been steady. I think the highest was 2012. That's the 2012. I think that's when I became the dean. Currently, despite the COVID pandemic, we still have, our numbers are still not bad, and we could make it be much more, but sometimes we are hindered by a few technical things. But it's one of the popular schools in the country, and our students have been performing very well at the Law Development Center, getting some of the best students passing there. And I think we can, with the prospectus, it is.
See. I don't share it.
No, leave it, it will not see it.
I do not see it.
Okay. I'm sorry, this machine has showed my prospectus. I wanted to show you, but the prospectus of the school, but you will find it online, and it shows you exactly what the school is all about. There you are. That is a copy of the prospectus. It's just new, and you can always get yourself a copy from the school, but
Professor,
you can apply for one online. That is my submission. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Gwenje, Dean School of Law. And thank you for the very good prospectus that most of us are seeing, and it looks really beautiful. So is the content. Next on stage, members, as we keep progressing, we are requesting that you share your contacts into the chat room. Please put your phone numbers, your email addresses within the chat room for us to be able to take your attendance, and also be able to share the same documents that Professor has been displaying to us. Put your numbers, put your names, your numbers, and your email addresses into the chat room. As this exercise is going on, our friends on call, allow me to invite the next person, and that is Dean School of Social Sciences. She's coming on board. Let's hold on for her to join us. Thank you.
Those who are listening to us online, greetings. I am Dr. Anne Awaho, the Dean School of Social Sciences. And it is a pleasure to guide our senior 6 leavers on how relevant it is and why important it is for you as a recent graduate at that level to undertake subjects in social sciences. I want to begin by saying that while many colleagues have spoken about career and the importance of career development, it is important that as you set out to go for your career, you understand that it is something you're going to do for a living, for a lifetime, and therefore you need the best training for you to succeed in that career. Examples of careers can range from a series of disciplines, professions, including doctors, electricians, teachers, among the others. You need to be able to tell the difference between career and job. And we are looking at something that you're going to do for a lifetime. Although the two are interchangeably used, but we are using career to be different from job, because the job is often short-term and career is for long-term. We want to train you to go out there and be able to earn for a lifetime without you, for example, getting wages and tomorrow those wages are no more. Education is very important, and the path that you choose today will determine whether you can be able to succeed in your career. Will determine whether you can be able to succeed in your career or not. Because I think my slides person is moving faster. Okay, so education is very important because it will equip you with the right skills and knowledge. For instance, if you have chosen a career in diplomacy, we'll be able to equip you in the School of Social Sciences with negotiation skills, we'll equip you with conflict management skills, we'll equip you with public relations competences, and psychological, emotional intelligence reading, and certainly teamwork skills. If, for example, you choose a career in journalism, we'll equip you with skills in photography, in communication skills, where you'll be able to learn the importance of verbal and non-verbal communication. We'll equip you with skills in public speaking, especially through presentations. Should you choose a career in public administration and management, we equip you with skills, knowledge, and competences in office management skills, in human or people resource management and industrial relations. We also introduce you to work ethic, and that is why education is very important, because it introduces you to the ethics required on the job. If, for example, you are a social worker, we introduce you to the importance, the ethics, the relevance of confidentiality, of humanness as you conduct your work. We also boost your confidence in the education system. But most importantly, we help you create a network of like-minded people, because you're going to meet these people in the classroom, you're going to share subjects with other people from the different academic disciplines, and that enables you make connections for the future. So you may be there wondering if social sciences as a school is the right place for you, and the answer is yes. Reason, because social sciences is one of the oldest schools at Nkumba University, has existed since 2005, when it was officially launched as an independent school, but otherwise it had been there before. We have offered, and we are still offering, both diploma, degree, related subjects, and we give you an opportunity to advance in those and other related fields. But also importantly, we are very flexible and we can consider you for any study session, either on weekend if you are working class, on day if you are a normal student, if you have not yet engaged in other activities, or on distance study session if you're not able to be on campus physically. You may also be wondering if social sciences has a vision that reflects the aspects of career growth. And the answer is yes, because we aim at providing morally, socially, and intellectually oriented excellence that will give you an opportunity for those who are seeking good and sustainable governance. So we don't want you to earn skills for today only, but we want those skills to be sustainable. You can use them today and you can use them tomorrow. So does our vision match yours? Do you think we plan for long or short term? Do you think we understand the dynamics of the new world? And yes, we do, because we provide the development of human resources, and our human resources here is used to mean the student, the individual, or the client through a holistic approach. By holistic, we mean we don't want you to simply get the paper, but we also want you to get those soft, silent skills, like analysis, for example, like ability to read situations, like ability to appreciate differences among people, for you to, for example, engage in conflict resolution at the lowest level, at the national level, and certainly at the international level. So we equip you, therefore, with those critical and analytical skills. We give you problem-solving competences so that you are able to define problems and identify solutions. One important thing for you who is listening in is for you to recall that social sciences is basically about society. So there's no one of us who is not living in society. We are all part and parcel of society. The killings, the crime, the good things, the development that happen in society are either in our favor or against us. So it is we to make society what we want it to be. And so we teach things that we see, we teach subjects that can help us make society better for our own good and for the good of our other people. So what courses do we offer? We offer a range of courses. We offer international relations and diplomacy. So the ambassadors that you see, the consuls that you see, the negotiators that you see have all been trained as international relations and as international relations career diplomats. We also train you in security studies. So the police officers that you see going down into communities, the intelligence personnel, the soldiers that you see are all part of the security studies field. We train you in public administration and management. So all public administrators, the public service, and other government agencies, ministries, and departments have people who have been trained in public administration and management. We train you in journalism and public relations, so you can be able to report about community problems, so you can localize information, and you can also internationalize information. You can get what is big and bring it to the local level through reporting, through writing, among others. But we also understand that there are social problems that need a human touch. And so we train you in social work and social administration. We also give you guidance and counseling, so you can be able to counsel those who are who face societal challenges. And also, because we know that the communities we live in must continue to develop, we also give you community and development studies. So one may wonder if you have a career in any social sciences disciplines, or if there are any career prospects for you. And yes, we prepare you for anything. You can work at the hospitals as a counselor. You can work in forces as a security personnel. In this security agency, you can be in charge of administration, you can be in charge of employee welfare, you can be in charge of intelligence. I want to say that our own head of the state is a political scientist. The security personnel that you see have competences in some of the disciplines that we have mentioned here. So you can also go beyond and work in the education sector as a lecturer, as some of us. You can work in non-government organizations, for example, be in charge of projects. You can also be in charge of minority issues such as of children, of women, of refugees, among the others. You can work in any public place as a social scientist, at the airports, for example, in environmental agencies, in human rights organizations, in women's movements, but you can also succeed as an activist. So if you went for a degree in social sciences, what are some of those subjects we will give you? What are some of those areas you'll be taken through? And we'll take you through subjects such as gender, so you understand the gender dynamics at the international and local level. We'll take you through environmental management, so you appreciate how important the environment is for today and tomorrow. Political science, so you can be able to debate, so you can be able to use historical examples to solve contemporary and future problems. We also give you diplomatic practice, so you can learn the art and science of negotiation. We give you ethics, so you know the values and importance of working ethically, professionally on the job. And also human security, because we believe that security today must go beyond the state and focus on the individual. So in 2013, there was a report that was published by Sage Publication showing that 84% of graduates in social sciences, 84% of graduates in social sciences had a higher opportunity, had higher chances, stood higher chances of getting jobs compared to 78% of those who graduated in other fields. So you will not have made a mistake if you join Nkumba University, and particularly the area of development studies. We have picked two people here, and that is one on the extreme left, who is a politician, who is in parliament. She's a graduate of international relations, Susan Amero, honorable. And on the extreme right is General Katumba Wamara, who is in charge of Works Ministry. And these people went through the hands of qualified personnel, Dr. Edafu. We have Professor Solomon and myself. So we confirm to you that social sciences is just a home away from home for you who is looking at how to develop your career. And thank you. We look forward to your membership in the social sciences world. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abaho. We now want to move on to the President, Alumni, that is Mr. Ssonko, for the words of encouragement as well. Mr. Ssonko, over to you. Please go ahead and mute yourself and start your presentation, sir.
Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ssonko Jackson, the Alumni President of Nkumba University. Nkumba University is my alma mater. I did my MBA from Nkumba University.
We have about 10 minutes before you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I'm proud to be an alumni of Nkumba University, because I am what I am today because of Nkumba University. So my brothers and sisters, wherever you are today, I believe right now we have our parents, we have our clients who are the students. Nkumba University is the university if you have a dream. I told you I'm an alumni president. We believe that whoever graduates at any level, automatically you become an alumni. And when you become an alumni, automatically you remain behind, because this is an institution which has given you the green light We know learning is a process, but we believe when we are done with all our studies, we don't go completely. We remain behind to support our alma mater in all ways possible. Let it be in recruitment, let it be in infrastructural development. As an alumni, we have to remain behind to support the Nkumba University. Why choose Nkumba University? Nkumba University, as you've been told by the previous presenters, that it has been in existence for 25 years. And above all, it is one of the chartered universities in Uganda. Being chartered, it has been well explained by my colleagues that after the president see your operations, how your students are excelling, definitely you can be qualified after a thorough investigation and evidences that, like in Nkumba University, that you excel in teaching. Definitely, that's why the president of Uganda awarded us with that charter, and we are among the chartered universities in Uganda. Nkumba University, we have schools and institutes. We have 6 schools and we have 2 institutes. All my colleagues, they have talked of the same. We have business school, we have science, we have education, we have commercial industrial arts and design, we have law, and we have sciences. We have institutes, we have 2 institutes. We have Institute of Criminal Justice, we have Institute of Nursing and Midwifery. Quality of teaching and research. My brothers and sisters who are out there, Nkumba University is the best university because our lecturers are qualified. And actually, in the near future, you are going to find that all our lecturers are doctors. All our lecturers are going to be doctors. This is ongoing. Meaning, when you bring your children here at Nkumba University, you'll never regret. You student, whatever you are, this is the university you need of qualified lecturers. And we have different study programs, especially we have for weekend, longer distance. In this case, regardless what you are doing, regardless your location, you can decide to do a distance learning. You can decide to do a weekend. You can decide to do a day program. Meaning, regardless whatever you are doing, so long as you have an interest, definitely you can be accommodated. Because our programs are flexible compared to other universities. So there is no any reason why your student, why you can't come to our university and study. We have 2 campuses. We have the main campus, which is along Kampala-Entebbe Express Highway. We have another campus that is at Kampala, Kabaka Njagala Road. And also we have distance outreach areas or centers. We have in Ichegwegwa, that is that side of Fort Potro. We have in Mbale. We have in Nakasongola. We have in Chisolo. And also, this means that regardless your location, you can access Nkumba University. You can go to those areas and get all the information required. Meaning, if you are in Chenjojo, you don't have to come to Kampala. There is a service. If you are in Fort Potro, if you are in Mbale, you don't have to come to Kampala. We are around there. So meaning, as far as Nkumba University is concerned, we are very good because as far as our branch network is concerned, almost we are over. Kindly, ladies and gentlemen who are outside there, access our branches. Get the information on website so that you study with Nkumba University. We have affiliate institutions that enable students to access learning. We believe and we know that some of our students are sponsored by, for example, at Nkumba University, the government of Uganda under State House, they sponsor students. And we have many from the State House. NGOs are sponsoring students. Private companies are sponsoring students and associations, all at Nkumba University. Meaning you can even get access to those associations, to the government, and come and study at Nkumba University. Partnership with other universities abroad or academic collaboration. Nkumba University is almost all over the world. We have an affiliation in Italy. We have an affiliation with FH University in Australia, with the University of Applied Science in Germany, also in South Africa. Meaning globally, you can access our services. So feel free to apply. Go on our website, regardless your location, definitely you will be served. And remember, on the journey of achievement, you must be learning at all times. Nkumba University Hello? 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 Nkumba University is one of the universities allowed to teach using e-learning. And it is ongoing now, it is now a full year. We are one of the first universities. Some universities were trying to think of what to do. But Nkumba University started e-learning and other universities started to say, hey, Nkumba, how is Nkumba doing it? But as far as the e-learning is concerned, definitely Nkumba University, we are there. And we are among the top universities in the country. Remember, wisdom is worthless if you don't apply it. So Nkumba University is the place to be. When it comes to sports, international Nkumba University is a challenger. You've seen us in athletics, basketball, netball, football. It comes now a market, and also you have to try your best to come and market yourself, since as far as sports is concerned, we encourage and we promote sports. Make sure you come to Nkumba University. Don't think of like you've been there at regardless your level that you are going to lose your talent. No. Come to Nkumba University. Definitely, you are going to get the support. And on top of that, you are going to support, to promote yourself internationally, because sports is at home. Internship. Nkumba University, we are trying our best to position our interns. And right now we are trying to work together with Uganda Manufacturers Association. What are we trying to mean here? Nkumba University wants all the candidate classes to get for them the interns, because some of other universities, like when it comes to internship, it's all students think of like a passing an exam. This is an entry for employment. We are trying to come into with an MOU with the Uganda Manufacturers Association, so that all the candidate classes, when it comes at that time, definitely they are going to look for them the places. Meaning the moment you enter there doing your internship, now you have the key for employment. You have to work very hard to prove yourself that yes, you can. And because since we are focusing on the candidate classes, meaning there is no need of saying like, no, you are going back. No, that organization must retain you if you prove that you can do the work. So as far as expertising is concerned, definitely, that's why we are coming in to help our students so that they don't just go and do intern anywhere. No, we want everyone to do the intern within your line. Within your line. We don't want someone, you are an accountant and then you go and do an intern in the bar. No, go in an accounting department. Do exactly what you are supposed to do. Some university, you find that someone is an accountant, but he cannot extract the balance sheet. But he has a certificate. But at Nkumba University, we are beyond that. And we are trying our best to build that relationship to make sure whichever product we release from Nkumba University definitely is a star. And if that one happens, definitely, we mean that we are going to support each other. So that's why we want to have the cream as far as Nkumba University. When you go outside there, you must be a star. So that's why we believe that the best way to predict is to create, the best way to predict your future is to create it. Definitely, when you are at Nkumba University, you are going to create your future because practically you are going to be very good. Nkumba University, we have a number of associations within. Definitely, we have the alumni, we have the law society, we have the guild, we have the debate union, we have regional associations. Why do we have all these associations? It's just because we are trying to create the network. You are not going to come and sit down. No, you are going to belong to a certain society. By belonging to a certain society, meaning you are widening your network globally. Because we have students all over the world, definitely it's going to be very easy for you to network globally. You are going to see all the friends. And on top of that, we have the WhatsApp group, meaning all you hear the journals, the whatever, all of them, they are on this chat. Definitely you are going to associate with them. And when you are associating with such kind of men and women of substance, definitely as far as employment is concerned, you will never sit down. Because with the network, we try our best where there is a job. Definitely, we try to look for our Nkumba. Meaning, if an Nkumba student is whatever in this company and the other company and the other company, definitely we are going to support each other. At the end of the day, our alma mater is going to benefit. So for that case, we try our best to make sure we keep that network. And also, Nkumba University prepares good leadership. The leaders you hear outside there, so many of them are coming from Nkumba University. Businessmen and women, good lawyers, doctors and nurses, engineers, teachers, most of them are coming from Nkumba University. The difference between who you are and who you want to be is what you do. Ladies and gentlemen, come and study from Nkumba University. It's the place to be. If you want to achieve, because we promote, because we have the good lecturers who are going to support you and who are supportive at all levels. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I have little time, but we have to remember that we have COVID-19. We have to be careful. And however much we are looking at COVID-19, it is still with us. Nkumba University, we try our best to tell our people, we want people who are alive, because we can achieve a lot together. Love yourself enough to live health, lifestyle, and the best investment you can make is to live healthy. Nkumba University is your home. Nkumba University is mindful about your health. Try your best to come to Nkumba University because we are mindful at all levels. However much you are going to come to our university, definitely we have to guide you. We are partnering with some organizations who are experts. We have Shine Leadership International. And we have individuals who are coming to the university to talk to you, to shape you, so that you get ready when you move outside there. We know when you come to Nkumba University, definitely you are going to achieve. Nkumba University, most of it is your dream. So since Nkumba University is your dream, definitely when you come here, we are going to shape you. We are going to put you in line. We are going to work together to make sure we achieve one goal, because your success is our success. So we are going to have many seminars with such companies, as I told, like a Shine Leadership, who are going to shape you, who are going to talk to you, the career guidance. When you have your degree, what are you going to do outside there? Definitely within Nkumba University is the place. The alumni fraternity, definitely this is our home.
President, we have run out of time.
Whatever you are doing outside there, let's support our university. Let's try to recruit and design time to look for students so that we can achieve our common goal. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so much, but Nkumba University is the place to be, and let's try to recruit and we make our university shine. I owe you.
I owe you. Thank you very much, President, for such a lovely kind of talk to these people, parents and the prospective students. Looking at my watch, we seem to be running out of time. And without wasting much more time, allow me to invite the academic registrar, who is online, to also be able to give his remarks and take us through for us to close our session. Thank you very much. Please, as he comes on board, members on call, go ahead and put your comments into the chat room, your questions, and also include your contacts. Please include your contacts into the chat room. We shall be able to pick them. Professor Andrew Peter Ziga, the microphone is yours. Please unmute and proceed. Professor Iga.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Greetings to all our stakeholders, and more so the O-level and the A-level leavers. Greetings to the parents, and greetings to my colleagues. I welcome you to this Career Expo 2021, first of its type. I thank all the presenters who have done a good job, and they have assisted me to clear most of the areas. And I welcome the O-level and the A-level leavers to Nkumba University. The time is now to apply, and you shall not have done a bad choice if you choose Nkumba University. You will never regret. I am the academic registrar, and my duty is to admit you to Nkumba University, to see that you are taught on programs that have been accredited by National Council for Higher Education, and to be taught by qualified staff. Here, lecturers give you what you are supposed to cover as you enter. through a course outline, which you use in class or which you use online, and which you use even during your free time. And most of our objectives in the course outlines have relevance. We train you for what you'd like to be. We prepare you for what you'd like to become. Now, when you are taught, I make sure that your results are debated at school level by school boards, and your results are taken to Senate for approval, consideration, and approval. And at the end of your program of either 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, I make sure that you graduate from Nkumba University and go out to join the field of work. Now, when you have applied, or when you have to apply, you have to come with your O-level, A-level results. And if you are joining other programs at a higher level, like a postgraduate diploma in education, master's and above, you come with those qualifications that you have covered before. Now, when you are admitted, we would like you to register with the university. And registering with the university means you pay your tuition either using the method that we have. You can pay it in portions of 40, 40, and 20%. 40%, 40%, and 20% before you sit for your final exams. So to register, you should have paid in something to the university to make the university operational. The 6 schools that we have been mentioned. We have the School of Education, which is known as SEDU, School of Social Science, which is called SOS, School of Sciences, which is SCOS, SBA, which is the School of Business Administration, and we have School of Law, which also houses Institute of Criminal Justice, and we have School of Commercial, Industrial Art and Design, which has been presented as School of Art and Design. Now, on top of that one, we have an institute, we have a directorate of postgraduate studies and research, which caters for master's degrees, postgraduate diplomas, and PhDs. So we have PhDs running in the 5 schools. And once you are at the university, you'll be taken through all that. Now, School of Education, we have Bachelor of Arts with Education. We have Bachelor of Arts Education primary. The other one is secondary. And we have postgraduate diploma in education. We have postgraduate diploma in education, management, and planning, besides the PhDs. Applications for August, September intake are on. You should apply now. You can do it online, or you can come in physically and go back with your admission. Now, I would like you to encourage a friend or friends to join the university whose results you have already known, or visit our website. You will get a lot of information from there. And in the meantime, I would like you to embrace ICT and technology and embrace lifelong learning. In other words, when you come to university, Nkumba University, you will know that we use all versions of learning and we use all versions of teaching. So don't lose the opportunity to join Nkumba University. I thank the administrator of this, and I thank all those who are presented, and I thank the parents who are keen to see their siblings or their offsprings join a university that is chartered, a university that is operational, a university that has not closed even during COVID-19, and a university that is still going on and joining higher heights. I owe you, presenter. Administrator, I hand back to you.
Our academic registrar, and thank you members for being part of us. I'm proceeding just to do a wrap up of what he has mentioned, and I just want to display something very small for us to be able to follow through. Our academic registrar, he has mentioned of teaching, learning at Nkumba University. And all that he has mentioned goes into that chart that we are seeing on screen. Whatever we do at Nkumba University, we make sure that you enjoy whatever you're seeing on screen. Two, whatever he has mentioned reminds us of our obligations as Nkumba University staff members. And among the many things he has mentioned that there should be lifelong learning, which is also based somewhere. So putting that into consideration, do not forget to let you know that Nkumba runs what we call a blended model of learning that takes into account the traditional classroom and the physical classroom. So we put both two learning modes together to get the best out of it. And as Alvin Toffler said, if you don't have a strategy, then you are part of someone else's strategy. We are actually here to make sure that we do have a strategy to make sure that we excel in academics now and in the future. Thank you very much for listening. We want to close our session. We've had a number of comments coming through into the chat room, and these comments have been very encouraging, and we believe we shall continue to engage you, and you also continue to be part of this noble cause. I want to end this session by having our last prayer. Please keep in touch. We are going to communicate to you. We shall run our anthems as they were played at the start, and then lastly we shall have the prayer. Thank you very much, and then we start off. Okay, Heavenly Father, as we come to the end of our meeting, we want to say thank you for what has been accomplished here today. May the matters that we have gone through this morning and mid-morning serve as a catalyst for us to move forward and a cause for us to advance and see growth in all our areas of our lives. May you leave this meeting recognizing that you are the God of all wisdom and you're willing to lead us forward to greatness. We pray this in the mighty name of the Lord. Amen.
We can't hear you.
We are done for today. Please, the departure is at leisure. Feel free to greet each other as we go through the next session. As for Nkumba, the session has ended. Thank you.